Hey Battle Bill, here with another video, getting some more practice Go Battle League battles taking place in the Halloween Cup meta. Yes, you heard me right. We are back at this spooky part of the season for Pokemon Go Battle League, and this time around, we're not only going to get 1 week of Great League Halloween Cup, which we'll be talking about in today's video, but then after this week, we will be receiving the Ultra League version of the Halloween Cup meta, which I'm super excited for, and a video yet to come. But in today's video, we are going to be focused on the Great League Halloween Cup meta in some practice battles against my viewers and some Discord members, because the Halloween Cup meta is seeing a major shake-up occurring, because Toxapex being recently added into the game is going to have a major effect and shift in some Halloween Cup Go Battle League battles. So in today's video, I have two teams for you that Toxapex is a part of, so that you can have some success and make that mid-season grind to the legend rank if you're not already there, or potentially push leaderboards. So like I said, I've got 6 battles here, 2 teams, 3 battles each. Let's jump right into them and let's see what each of these teams are. At the bottom of my screen, you can see the Toxapex. It's running Poison Jab as its fast move, along with charge moves of Brine being of the water typing and Sludge Wave being of the poison typing. So please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into this first match. Now, something common you're going to see a bunch throughout this Halloween Cup meta now is the Toxapex mirror. You thought you hated the Azu mirror, you thought you hated the Umbreon mirror. Just wait until you play the Toxapex mirror. That's going to be a fun one. Well, this team comp is going to be a Toxapex double dark version. I know, real creative, real big brain. Well, if Nidoqueen double dark can work in Open Great League and things along those lines, then why not the big mainstay or new mainstay in some Halloween Cup battles? Toxapex work well with its dark counterparts in the back. These 2 dark types being Shadow Drapion, because it helps flip some matchups that are crucial in the Halloween Cup meta along the lines of Frostlass, and you can even see there 2 Sludge Bombs comfortably take out the Mawile in that circumstance, and then Umbreon for the comfortable save switch bulk aspect of the battles. So even here, even though I swapped out of Drapion, swapped into Drapion, my goal wasn't really to flip switch, because Umbreon and Drapion don't have amazing matchups against Toxapex. They play it close, they soft lose, we don't mind the mirror, but the cool thing was, before we left, we were able to land that crunch. So even though their Toxapex dipped out, we have a health advantage on them. They've swapped into a trash Wormadam here, and we're going to match with our Umbreon. Now, Umbreon against Trash Wormadam is an interesting one, because yes, we have to worry about the bug buzz damage that you just saw come through, but it's dealing double resisted confusion damage to our Umbreon, and we're able to outpace the Trash Wormadam relatively comfortable to its charge moves. So we're going to be spamming a bunch of foul plays. We were able to get one of their shields first. They're getting to another charge move here, gonna be a bug buzz. They get back-to-back debuffs, but then they swap back to their Toxapex, and here is that super exciting mirror matchup again. In this mirror, you want to go straight Sludge Wave, just because it's a better DPE move. Both are stab, and both of them require a bunch of energy. Brine's not even really that great of a bait move, just because of how expensive but low damage it is. But they need to do something, because if Toxapex got too many good moves, it would have been too OP in this meta and in the Open Great League meta. Regardless, we're able to lose that circumstance, so we can come in with our Umbreon, snarl their Toxapex all the way down. We're in the 1 shield scenario. The Trash Wormadam is going to need 2 charge moves here, not going to be able to do it. They decide not to use their shield because they saw that match was over. Getting to the next match, we have Toxapex on a Mandibuzz lead. This is a comfortable lead regardless of the fast move that the Mandibuzz decides to run. Toxapex beats Mandibuzz with Snarl or Air Slash. Our opponent here is running Air Slash, I'm assuming to try and assist them in those dark neutral or dark resisted matchups, or whatever, you know what I mean, those matchups against other dark types. Regardless, we're not going to shield anything, and we're going to potentially force one of their shields. They're getting to another charge move here, should be the foul play. It is the foul play, and we go for the Brine, because the jabs have added up, and we have essentially put them in Brine range. Almost a jab would have taken them out. They then swap so that they do not get farmed down. They come into Nidoqueen. We're going to throw a super effective Brine at the Nidoqueen. It gets their shield, which is huge, and then we're going to swap into our Umbreon. I'm actually slightly tempted Right now, you'll see my Umbreon is running Snarl with Foul Play and Last Resort. I'm slightly tempted to throw Psychic on it. The problem is there's a lot of dark types in this meta, but there's also a lot of poison types. So I guess depending on the circumstances, depending on your team comp, you could probably have success with either. Psychic would definitely help here, although spamming Foul Plays gets the job done for us in the circumstance. Our opponent debuffed us with a Poison Fang, and they're able to land that Earth Power. We throw another Foul Play at them. They're going to get to a charge move, and we're going to let it come through. No point in shielding this Poison Fang because we would have gotten jabbed down regardless. We're going to come in with our Toxapex, hoping that we can get jab them or catch a move. Neither of those things worked, but because they were so caught off guard and their count was so close to an Earth Power, they end up not getting there in time, trying to throw the charge move, and we take them out. So essentially, because of that matchup, because of that circumstance, this game is over. The opponent makes a fantastic play here, catching a crunch on their Mandibuzz, but we have the shield advantage. We resist all the poison jabs. Even if they debuff us with acid sprays and bait us and don't throw scalds, we're going to outpace them, and we're going to end up taking them out for this win. But you know what? Anything you can do, I can do better. They're about to get to a charge move here. Boom, we pull the swap just because they pulled the swap, and now they can try to take out our Toxapex. Actually, technically ends up not being a great play for us, just based on the pure fact that they undercharged it, and it allowed them to get a little bit more farm considering the circumstances. But regardless, like I said, no matter how we decide to play it, we were going to win this match. So getting into the next one here, we have Toxapex on a Frostlass lead. Frostlass is going to be an extremely popular mon in this meta, even more now than in the past because of Toxapex's emergence. Frostlass is one of the better counters for Toxapex because it resists pretty much everything except for the brine damage, and brine doesn't hurt much or do much damage to Frostlass regardless. So we swap into our Drapion. That is the play. Essentially, our goal is to lure out a fairy, something along those lines, if it's in the back, so Toxapex can farm, or lure out or just get rid of the Frostlass in the lead and see if Shadow Drapion, the safe swap with an energy advantage, could flip switch for us. And in this case, it's able to. Not only is it able to flip switch, we're able to get to another crunch, which gets our opponent's last shield. So even though their Frostlass has a bunch of energy, it's going to go to waste because Umbreon is such a tank. This is the high defense bulk that I was referring to earlier. They almost had 2 avalanches. They threw one, they swapped into Mandibuzz, and we know how this matchup goes. We saw Air Slash Mandibuzz earlier. We're seeing Snarl Mandibuzz now, and we're going to jab the heck out of it, throw some Sludge Waves at it, but essentially this match is over. Shadow Drapion popped off. I prefer the Shadow to the regular Drapion on this team comp, but if you don't have the Shadow, you can still get away and have success with regular Drapion while running this team. So the opponent's going to be throwing as many foul plays and get as much chip damage as possible. So hold on. This swap here, I was expecting, or at least expecting them to try and pull off. I did not realize our switch clocks were not aligned, or were so far unaligned that when mine ran out, that theirs would have already been up for them to pull the swap. Regardless, we're able to win this match either way just because of the flip switch in the circumstance. Really well played by my opponent there to make that swap to begin with, but it does not change these circumstances. So that is team number 1. That includes Toxapex, and this is the second team. A little bit less ABB fashioned, and it's instead Zweilous in the lead, Shadow Alolan Marowak, a little more shadow damage. You know, Shadow Drapion, Shadow Alolan Marowak, you love to see it. And then Toxapex instead of in the lead, in the back. We lose lead with the Frostlass on our Zweilous. We safe swap into the Shadow Alolan Marowak. We get met by an Azumarill. We're spamming Shadow Bones. We're really hoping to get the defense debuff on the first Shadow Bone. We unfortunately do not. We get it on the next one, and we're just barely falling short of the Bone Club there to potentially try to get their shield or take out their Azu before they took us out. But we can comfortably come into Toxapex, and essentially Toxapex is going to be the downfall of Azumarill in this meta. Dark types are going to be super comfortable and reliable throughout the Halloween Cup meta this time around because Azus are going to be scared. They're going to be in hiding. Toxapex is going to be at every corner, essentially scaring them away and taking them out. My opponent comes in with their discount Toxapex in the form of Tentacruel, but Tentacruel's stat proc just is not as good as Toxapex's, even though Tentacruel has the better moveset. They do get the attack debuff from the Scald. We're able to get to another Sludge Wave here, and considering our circumstances, we know we're still in the 2-shield scenario, and because we've already essentially played out all the back matchups, we know we can win this match now, even though we were never able to flip alignment. Zweilous wins the 2 shields against Frostlass, straight Dragon Breath down. You don't throw a move. Their Tentacruel is quite low, and we're going to be able to Dragon Breath both of those mons down. So Toxapex on this team comp, a little bit different than the first one, a little bit less bulk, or a lot less bulk between Zweilous and Shadow, a little Marowak, just more coverage. And essentially it's in the sense of Zweilous in the lead would lose to Fairy, and then the 2 back mons would cover that Fairy weakness. Also, Shadow, a little Marowak could lure out potential ground types so that Toxapex, not that I'm expecting to see too many ground types because there's only so many in the Halloween Cup meta, but potentially lure those out so that Toxapex can comfortably roam free. So getting into this next matchup, you'll notice I lost lead again, save swapped into Shadow, Alola Marowak, and I'm throwing Shadow Bones essentially because I was hoping, one, I could get to the debuff, and I was also hoping on the second one that I threw that I'd still get to a Bone Club in time, but unfortunately was not, and we learned that the hard way. We come in with our own Toxapex here, and we're committing to the most painful, excruciatingly slow farm down of the century, and the opponent decides, you know what, screw this, not going to stay in and let you do that or even throw a move. So they swap into their Frostlass. We come back in with our Zweilous, essentially trying to play this similarly to the first match where we will Dragon Breath down the Frostlass's remaining health. I make a mistake here, hoping they didn't have enough energy, but I knew that they did have enough for 2 avalanches. I should have thrown the Body Slam to essentially try to get their shield or take out the Frostlass before they got my final shields, because that would have paid dividends in this Nidoqueen matchup. We're going to go for back-to-back Body Slams. These will threaten Shadow Nidoqueen's shields just because of how glassy it is and how hard Zweilous can hit even with that much of a move. Then we're building up to our final Body Slam. The opponent gets to a Poison Fang in time, does not want to let this come through. They take out our Zweilous. We're going for our Toxapex, building up to the Brine to try and take out the Shadow Nidoqueen, but they get to the Earth Power, and let that just be a lesson in how insanely good Toxapex is in that meta, in this meta. That was a Shadow Nidoqueen Earth Power. Yes, we lost the match, but it tanked it, and it wasn't even from full health. Ridiculous. Getting into the final match of the collection of battles, we're going up against a pretty well-known name in the Wholesome Henry community, Ike the Bot, and he is coming with his typical chef's kiss spice of T-Tar in the lead and then Genesect on the save swap. So he told me after this battle that essentially you can't have Douse Genesect at Great League CP. This is information I should have known, but now we all learn it together. I should not have shielded there, but I shielded there because, one, I didn't want to be made a fool of. I didn't want to lose switch and have a Douse Genesect one-shot my Alola Marowak, and then I lose switch in a comfortable matchup, a comfortable lead matchup that I had that essentially, if I keep alignment, I'm able to win the match. The Tyranitar gets to a Stone Edge here, one-shots our Zweilous. We swap into our Toxapex, and we got some more poison on poison damage between the Toxapex and Ike's Ariados. Ariados is running Poison Sting, Mega Horn. I was expecting Lunge there, but Mega Horn definitely doing wonders for Ariados in the scenario, hitting for maximum damage, and it's also running Cross Poison. We build up to another Brine here because of the amount of health that we got to their Ariados down to. We get their final shield, expecting them to throw just another Mega Horn. We end up shielding a Cross Poison, which is super unfortunate because not only is it a bait move, but Cross Poison could have boosted the Ariados' attack, which could have allowed a Mega Horn to come through and take us out. They throw another Cross Poison going for another boost, and then they get to the Mega Horn. But essentially, if Ike was able to get a boost on either one of those Cross Poisons, because I got baited, I would have technically ended up losing this match. But Toxapex, so thick, can eat the Mega Horns, Ariados doesn't boost, and we're able to win and pull it off. So it's a collection of 6 battles, 5 of them which I win. Of course, you can't win every battle. I don't want to show you that kind of content where I only win battles and pretend like everything's perfect over here, because trust me, based on my current elo and Go Battle League, not everything is perfect, but there it is. I was gonna say chat as if I'm streaming on Twitch, but there it is, everybody. Toxapex Halloween Cup meta, new definer, new mon that essentially just you need to watch out for and be prepared for, or add to your team of 3 so that you can perform to the best of your abilities in some Halloween Cup Go Battle League battles. But on that note, please let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're excited for the Halloween Cup meta. I know I am. Having all the open metas back has not been an enjoyable experience for me, so I'm hoping to change things up. And give me your thoughts on Toxapex. Are we cool with it running this meta? Because you know what, less Azus, that's always a positive. But of course, please let me know your thoughts on that below in the comment section. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video. Preach!